What's up, everyone? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Chris. So I did a small book haul with the book outlet. Stephanie from Steph Loves Life had given me a heads up that they were having a sale, $5.99 on their fiction books. So I thought, well, part of my reading goals for the year is to read 4 physical books, because I have not read a physical book in many years, because I went from physical books, then I jumped to Kindle, and then it became to the point where I didn't have time to read anymore, and then I discovered that there's all this world of audiobooks, so I've been doing that. But I wanted to get back to physical books a little bit. I love books. I love the smell of books. I love the way a book feels in my hand. So I thought, well, this will be a good opportunity to shop for some books, because for $5.99 you can't beat it, right? So I ended up picking up 5 books, and easy experience. I went to my my list of books that I have that I want to read, and lo and behold, they were pretty much every one of them was available. So to purchase for $5.99. So I thought, well, it's a no-brainer, right? Anyway, so I'm going to go through those books with you quickly here and talk about them a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first one, some right here, they're so pretty. They smell so good. I'm just so excited about this. The first one I picked up is The Midwife of Auschwitz by Anna Stewart. This is actually a trilogy. There's 3 books in this series. Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't remember what the other 2 are. I do own the second book because it was on sale in Audible sometime back, and it was pretty cheap, so I grabbed it. Or it might have been a 2-for-1 deal that I picked it up in. So I've been needing the first book, and I'm excited to read this. Now, if you have followed any of my other videos, you'll see that I tend to read a lot of I like historical fiction. I like historical fiction that's based around World War II. I don't know why, but I'm drawn to it. It interests me, and so yeah. So this book here is, I'll read you the synopsis of the book on the back. Midwife Anna Kaminsky is pushed through the iron gates of Auschwitz beside her frightened young assistant Esther Pasternak. Their arms are tattooed, and they're ordered to the maternity hut. Holding a newborn baby, Anna knows the fate of so many is in her hands and vows to do everything she can to save them. Amid the terrible heartache, there's a glimmer of hope. The healthiest babies are placed with German families, so they will survive. And there are whispers the war is nearly over. Anna and Esther begin to secretly tattoo little ones with their mother's numbers, praying one day they might be reunited. But every day is a struggle to survive. And just when Anna thought it couldn't get harder to endure, she notices Esther trying to conceal her growing belly under her thin, striped clothing, making their dangerous mission more imperative than ever. So yeah, this sounds like something, I would really like. I'm sure it's going to be sad and heartbreaking. But there also sounds like there's some hope here too. So that is The Midwife of Auschwitz by Anna Stewart. And switching gears, I got this one here, T. Kingfisher, A House with Good Bones. So it's Southern Hospitality to Die For. All right. Oh, wow, this is a big, long synopsis here. All right. A haunting Southern Gothic from an award-winning master of suspense. A House with Good Bones explores the dark, twisted roots lurking just beneath the veneer of a perfect home and family. Mom seems off. Her brother's words echo in Sam Montgomery's ear as she turns onto the quiet North Carolina street where their mother lives alone. She brushes the thought away as she climbs the front steps. Sam's excited for this rare extended visit and looking forward to nights with just the two of them, drinking boxed wine, watching murder mystery shows, and guessing who the killer is long before the characters figure it out. But stepping inside, she quickly realizes home isn't what it used to be. Gone is the warm, cluttered charm her mom is known for. Now the walls are painted a sterile white. Her mom jumps at the smallest noises and looks over her shoulder, even when she's the only person in the room. And when Sam steps out back to clear her head, she finds a jar of teeth hidden beneath the magazine-worthy rose bushes. The vultures are circling. Oh my goodness. I kind of lost my place where I was reading. Let's start again. And when Sam steps out back to clear her head, she finds a jar of teeth hidden beneath the magazine-worthy rose bushes, and vultures are circling the garden from above. To find out what's got her mom so frightened in her home, Sam will go digging for the truth, but some secrets are better left buried. So yeah, this one sounds really good. T. Kingfisher, A House with Good Bones. I've never read anything by this author, but I was checking out some of the other titles and I thought, ooh, sounds pretty good. All right, the next one is, now this is by an author that I have read before and I enjoyed his writing very much. This is Amor Towles, The Lincoln Highway. Now, I have heard good books. I've heard good things about this book. It came recommended to me by my boyfriend's brother. And it sounded like something that I would enjoy. Again, it's kind of a historical fiction. He wrote A Gentleman in Moscow, which was a very, very good book, if you haven't read it. All right, so the synopsis on this book is, in June 1954, 18-year-old Emmett Watson is driven home to Nebraska by the warden of the juvenile work farm, where he has just served time for involuntary manslaughter. His mother long gone, his father recently deceased, and the family farmhouse in foreclosure, Emmett's intention is to pick up his 18-year-old brother, Billy, and head... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's got an 18-year-old brother. He's 18 years old. Oh, sorry. All right. Emmett's intention is to pick up his 18-year-old brother, Billy, and head to California, where they could start their lives anew. But when the warden drives away, Emmett discovers that two friends from the work farm have hidden themselves in the trunk of the warden's car. Together, they have hatched an altogether different plan for Emmett's future, the one that will take them all on a fateful journey in the opposite direction of the city of New York. So, yeah. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. Well, let's see. Time says a rattling cross-country adventure rifle with unforgettable characters, vivid scenery, and suspense that keep readers flying through the pages. And NPR says, elegantly constructed and compulsively readable. Hitch onto this delightful tour de force and you'll be pulled straight through to the end, helpless against the inventive exuberance of Towles' storytelling. And Amor Towles does tell a great story. Like A Gentleman in Moscow, the way it was written, it was a really good story. Like, yeah. So I've got high hopes that this will be written just as well. Anyway, so that is The Lincoln Highway. And there you go. All right, the next one is The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon. This one, thriller, of course, because you know what? I seem to gravitate towards a lot of thrillers or historical fiction. All right, let's see. Where is... Must be on the inside. Yeah. Okay. The back jacket. The jacket only has like all the reviews of the, from the New York Times and whatnot. Okay, so this is in 1978 at her renowned treatment center in picturesque Vermont. The brilliant psychiatrist Dr. Helen Hildreth is acclaimed for her compassionate work with the mentally ill. But when she's home with her cherished grandchildren, Violet and Eric, she's just Gran, teaching them how to take care of their pets, preparing them home-cooked meals, and providing them with care, attention, and love. Then one day, Gran brings home a child to stay with the family, Iris. Silent, hollow-eyed, skittish, and feral, does not behave like a normal girl. Still, Vi is thrilled to have a new playmate. She and Eric invite Iris to join their monster club, where they catalog all kinds of monsters and dream up ways to defeat them. Before long, Iris begins to come out of her shell. She and Vi and Eric do everything together, ride their bicycles, go to the drive-in, meet at their clubhouse in secret to hunt monsters. Because, as Vi explains, monsters are everywhere. 2019. Lizzie Shelley, the host of the popular podcast Monsters Among Us, is traveling to Vermont, where a young girl has been abducted and a monster sighting has the town in an uproar. She's determined to hunt it down because Lizzie knows better than anyone that monsters are real, and one of them is her very own sister. A hauntingly, vividly suspenseful page-turner from the literary descendant of Shirley Jackson. Okay. So, that is The Children on the Hill. And, they talk about Shirley Jackson here. Has anybody ever read anything by her? I read one book. Maybe I just picked the wrong one. I think it was called The Bird's Nest. Yeah, I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. It was all weird. But I don't know. But so if anybody's ever read anything by Shirley Jackson, I know it's not the same author, but I'm just curious because it just came to my mind. All right, and the last one I picked up was The Hacienda by Isabel Canas. Okay, and this is like a, again, this is thriller, maybe horror, I don't know. I've quickly learned that horror doesn't necessarily always mean, demons. Okay. Okay. During the overthrow of the Mexican government, Beatrice's father was executed and her home destroyed. When handsome Don Rodolfo Soloranzo proposes, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm struggling a little bit here. Beatrice ignores the rumors surrounding his first wife's sudden demise, choosing instead to seize the security that his estate in the countryside provides. She will have her own home again, no matter the cost. But Hacienda San Isidro is not the sanctuary she imagined. When Rodolfo returns to work in the capital, visions and voices invade Beatrice's sleep. The weight of invisible eyes follows her every move. Rodolfo's sister, Juana, scoffs at Beatrice's fears. But why does she refuse to enter the house at night? Why does the cook burn corporal incense at the edge of the kitchen and mark the doorway with strange symbols? What really happened to the first? I don't even have my glasses here. What really happened to the first Dofia Soloranzano? Beatrice only knows two things for certain. Something is wrong with the hacienda, and no one there will save her. Desperate for help, she clings to the young priest, Padre Andres, as an ally. No ordinary priest. Andres will have to rely on his skills as a witch to battle the malevolent presence haunting the hacienda. Far from refuge, San Isidro is maybe Beatrice's doom. Sorry about that. See, the inside, it's black, so it made it even harder to read. Anyway, that's The Hacienda by Isabel Canas. It looks good and spooky, scary. We have just a nice story and spooky, scary, historical fiction, and spooky, scary thrillers, So, yeah, I'm excited to read these. At the same time, I can't say I'm disappointed. I'm anxious to read them because now that I have them in my hot little hands here, I just don't know when I'm going to be. I have to actually think about it. Like, when am I going to have a stretch of time where I'm going to be able to sit down and read? Because I have a problem when I have a book in my hands and I'm reading and things are getting good. I'm like, okay, one more chapter. And then sometimes I find myself up till 3 a.m. because I can't stop reading. For some reason, when I'm listening to a book, it's easier to pause it and, turn the app off. But when the book is in my hand, I tend to want to devour it, especially if it's a good book. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll start with the smallest one first, which would be A House with Good Bones, because this one is only, excuse me, that cough is still hanging on. It's 259 pages, so goodness. Anyway, I guess I'm going to have to wrap up here. Maybe that's a sign that I need to stop talking. So let me know in the comments below. Have you read any of these books? Or any of them on your future reads? Let me know. Let me know what you think. And we will talk again real soon about more books. Have a great night.